All right. Okay. So we're recording now. I guess the first thing I want to show you is just going to go into the Event Reg Manager and show you how to enter all the options. I've got the app up here. So I didn't even ask, can you see my screen okay? I've got the app and then your website over here.
Yes, it's coming through good.
Okay. All right. So let me switch back over to the website here. You are going to want to go to the event on the admin side right here. And this is going to show all of your events here. This will be the same for any event that you set up. So I'm just going to go into the conference test and event that we've got here so I can show you how to change these. All right, so on the first page here, nothing important for the app on the first page here. No matter what you set up on here, it should work just fine with the app. So we're going to skip past this one. And then same thing with the package page, nothing to do with the packages on here for the app. So we'll skip that one. Now the fields, here's where all this stuff really comes in. So I'm just going to edit one here and show you where we can change all these things here. And this goes for any field that you create that you want to put on the schedule or have like a speaker bio or any of that kind of stuff here. This top part here, you'll see is pretty much the same, and nothing's really changed about this part. But the option I turned on for you adds this whole bottom part here, these additional data fields. So these are used for a whole lot of different things, mostly for adding additional things about the field, so like a location or a speaker or the bio or anything like that. But we also get some individual options right here. So this first one, this is include on general schedule in the mobile app. This one will cause it to show up on this conference schedule page here. So this is the one that shows up for everybody, regardless of anything they signed up for. If that field is checked, it will show up right on here, and you can see it right here at the very top. So that's the one that we got here. It's going to pull in as much information as you've added here about the field. So we go back here, a start time and an end time. We've got our speaker bio right here. We've got the speaker name, the location, all that kind of stuff. So it's going to pull in as little or as much as you put in there. Oh, and as well as the instructions up here at the top. So if you don't add something in, it simply just won't display it on the schedule for you. But if you do add it, it will add that information in. The real key things to have on here are the date and then the start and the end time. That's going to allow it on this page. You'll see here how they're broken out by day, and then within the day they're broken out by time and ordered that way. That's going to help with the ordering that way, as long as you've got the date and the time in there. I think if you don't have anything, it just defaults to the event date, but I have to double check on that. The speaker bio, as you see right here, this is a rich text area, so you can add in links and pictures and whatever else you want. There's really no limit to the size on this here. It would take a whole lot to max that out, so you can pretty much add whatever you want in right there. And then this other one right here, this includes on the individual schedule on the mobile app. That's time that this is the main conference schedule one that everyone sees. And then within this members only menu, this down here, we have the My Conference Schedule option, which is right here. And this one is only going to pull in things that you signed up for. So like for example, you can see here, I've only got the 3 that I signed up for on the conference that also have this one checked. The reason I made those ones separate is a lot of times people will have, like they'll want, it's going to be the same session, but there's a different price for members and a different price for non-members and even a different price for, different member types or anything like that. So those ones you include on the individual one, and then you can make like a restricted one to show up on the general one if you're doing that. And if you run into issues like that, please let me know. I made sure to work around it, so we've got a way to do this. But if you run into any questions with that, let me know. But either way, that's how you're going to get them to show up in either one of those 2 modules right here, these 2 checkboxes right at the very top. Any questions so far about any of that?
How does the survey get added? Is that just an automatic on the, or is that somewhere else?
Yeah, yep, I'll show you that one in a minute. That's past the fields. But yeah, there's definitely an easy way to do that one, so I'll show you that.
So it should add the survey to either or both if they're checked. The general course,
yeah,
or the individual one.
Yeah, as long as they are to the particular field. I'll show you that one in a few minutes. As long as those are tied together, then it will show up on these ones here, and you'll see. Yep, you'll see right here. So I made one here, and it's linked there, so you can click and take the survey right there.
So when we set this up, we'll be able to join to our current event that we have.
Yes, I'll show you that one too. That's in the mobile app manager. So what you can do with that one is you can just switch it and tell the app, okay, I want you to look at this event and pull in the information for that one. And it's super easy. I'll show you how to do that.
All right.
All right, let me go past here real quick. I want to show you one more thing about the fields before we move on. So that's a checkbox field. The checkbox, text, any of those are going to be relatively the same. The selection ones are slightly different, though. Let me show you those ones. On the first page here, it's going to be exactly the same. So you'll have the same options, location, speaker, bio, any of that kind of stuff, date, start time, end time. But then when you go past that, since these are drop-down fields, and if I edit any one of these ones, we get the options for the field. And you'll see here we have a whole lot of the same ones. So we've got a speaker one, we've got a speaker bio field, we've got a location, we've got a start time and end time. The way that these work is it basically will filter down. So like if you set them up on the previous screen for the overall field, it will apply those to everything. But if you have individual options set up for these ones, then those will basically trump over the other ones. So like, for example, let me go back to the main conference schedule. And then which one was this?
I just had Mike Britton call. I'm going to send him the email again here. He, for some reason, didn't get it. So
okay.
I'll do that while you're looking.
Well, let me know when you're ready. I'll pause here for a moment.
Okay, I sent him an email. It should be getting on
I see him
board.
joining right now.
Oh, good. Hi, Mike.
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
Good.
Hi, Mike.
I'm sorry, we didn't have any. We started looking and said, okay, and I researched. Anyway, here we are.
No worries, I totally get it.
Matt's not able to attend. I think he's out of the office today, so we're getting this.
Okay.
We're getting this recorded.
Okay, excellent. So I'm seeing a dog on the screen.
Hey, that's a good dog. All right. We were just for how to set up your field so that they can pull in all the show up in stuff. So let me go back over that for you here. Right now we're in event registration setups for the sample event that I created, and we're looking at the particular fields that you set up. So any fields that you set up that you want people to sign up for, or sessions that you have, or anything like that, will all work the same way for all of these ones. So this page on the page, this top part you'll notice pretty much remains the same. This shouldn't look any different to you than it normally does. But I turned on an option for you to add this bottom part here for these additional data fields. So what these are used for is to add in all sorts of different options that we have on the mobile app and additional data about the session that you're adding. So for example, the location, the speaker, the bio, the date, the time, all that kind of stuff. You'll see up here at the top, these two options are going to be really important for you guys. The very first one is to include on the general schedule in the mobile app. Now I've got the mobile app open over here. And what I mean by the general schedule is this one right here. There we go. So I mean this schedule right here, and this is the one that people will go to see everything that you're offering, and it's going to be broken down by date and then time within that. And this is the one where you can tap them and see all the additional info. So for example, which one am I on here? This was, okay, so this is the Monday morning sessions. These ones work a little bit differently because these are selection fields. So basically the overall parent selection, you can add a whole bunch of information in, so you can add in the location and the speaker and all that kind of stuff. But then for each option, and you'll see here I've got, there we go, I've got one of the options open right here. For each option, you also have the ability to put in individual info. So if you don't put any extra info, so if you don't put a speaker bio, or time, or anything for the option, it will inherit whatever the parent one has. So it would inherit all of the information from this one. So it would look at Kennedy Hall as the location, and this would be the date, the time, and everything. But for each one, you have the ability. You have the ability to overwrite that information with specific stuff. So you can put a specific speaker in here. You can put a specific location, a start and end time. Because people will do things like this. They'll put all their morning or their Mondays together, but they'll maybe at different times have different speakers and stuff. So that's how you're going to manage that one. And then the other option here, the second one down on this page, is including the individual schedule. Now we talked about this and we weren't sure if you guys were going to use it this year or not. But this is the one where if they signed up for it, then it will show up on their individual schedule. And that is going to be, let me switch back to the app here. That will be this tab, this My Conference Schedule one right here. Yeah, right here. And you'll see here it works the exact same way as the normal schedule. It only pulls in what I've specifically signed up for, though. But other than that, it pulls in all the exact same information, the bio, all the surveys, anything like that. Any questions about the field setup so far?
I have one obvious question, which is probably something you've already covered, but this makes it sound as though, I'll use an example, if somebody did not sign up for the banquet Monday night, they can't even see it?
You won't see it. This one here. And conference schedule. Upload up here. So yeah, with everything, regardless of whether they signed up for it or not, as long as you have that option checked to show up.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. All right. So let's move on if there's no more questions about those. Let me go back to the main event here. And we're going to look at how to set up some surveys. And that is going to be, I'll let me push up here. That's going to be on this right section here on the on this attendee section on the right. Every event will have this. And the second one in here is for surveys, which is SDY. And if you click that one here, it's going to load up the list of all the surveys that we've currently gotten so far. So here's all the ones that we've set up right here. This has a whole bunch of features. You can click to change them. You can delete them. We can copy them from one to the other. So if you've got very similar ones, you can copy them and then change it from there. It's a really useful feature. We've got reports. So like these are for admins. So you can go in and you can see who filled out what, how many people have responded, etc. And then we also have an email function where you can email these out to people either before or after the conference if you want to. So let me click to change one here. And these are all the same way they have been, except they added an additional option for you here for tie to field. If you select this one, it's going to gives you all the options of fields that you've got set up in the event. And if you pick any of those, that's how they're going to show up on the actual app here for taking the survey. So you can see right here, as long as we've tied something to that, the survey will be right on there. And that will show up there. So that's how you're going to get the survey to show up on these individual schedules here. So you see this one, we didn't set one up for this one, but there is one set up for this one. So this is by no means you have to do this for everyone. You can do it for any individual one that you want. So you have the option to add it or not add it. All right. So we'll go past here. Surveys, they work almost exactly the same way as setting up the event fields. So you can just add in selection fields, yes, no, text fields, rating fields, multi-line, and then those are going to show up when people take the actual survey. And that would be, actually, let's just click here and we'll show you to take a survey here. So you'll see here, it's going to load the survey for me, and then just whatever the ones I set up right here, that's what they'll have to choose from here when they fill these ones out. And as you can see here, it's already got my options here because I've already filled this out. So as long as it's filled it out, they can always come back and revise their answers. They can come back and see what they answered. They can always use the statistics and everything about it too. Questions about how the surveys work or set up?
Does it have a close date on them? The surveys, like the website would have a close date, is it?
They do not currently, but if you wanted to add that, that'd be something very easy that I could add. I could probably do that in under an hour.
I don't know. I don't know that we need it on the conference. What do you guys think, Mike, Francie?
Yeah, not for now. We'll see if we feel like we have a problem with it. We'll go in and close it. But it sounds like they can make modifications to it, so I don't see a reason to close it right away.
Yeah, it'd be helpful so that if they fill some of the surveys out, but not others, they can revisit it.
Right.
Okay. And
We'll
yeah, like
keep it
I said,
like it
if
is.
in the future you decide you want to close those, that wouldn't be something hard to change about it. So just keep me in the loop and let you know.
So we would just pick a time and then close. We would pick some arbitrary time after the conference is finished, and then disable it.
Yeah, I can do like in the normal events. Are you familiar with how the cutoff date works?
Yes.
Yes.
So what we can do is I would add a cutoff date to the survey. So you would say, okay, cut off this survey on whatever date, and then past that date, it would no longer be available. So if you wanted to do that, that's basically how we would add that in.
Okay.
So I'd go into events to do that and not go into survey to do it?
No, it would. If we do add this, it would be in the survey. It doesn't exist right now, but if we did, it would be in the individual survey. So you could say, close this on the 10th, close this on the 15th, etc.
Got it. Okay.
We'll just keep it wide open for now and see if we have problems with it. We'll let you know.
Okay. No worries. Like I said, that'd be a really easy thing to add. So, all right. Let's go back here then. We're going to go back to the main menu page so I can show you how to manage the actual app itself. All right, so we're back on the main members page here. What you're going to look for to manage the actual app itself is this option down here, a menu option for mobile app manager, highlighted here, right here on the right here. This is how you're going to manage not only this app, but any other apps that you also have. Yeah, you have an organization one, and we've also got the conference one, so you'll manage both of them in here independently. The first thing I want to show you is the app info part. And there's just one small option here, but this is how you're going to change it from event to event. You can change the app title at any time that you want to, and then link to event registration. This is what you're going to use to tell all those event modules that we built which events to look at. So right now they're looking at the conference app testing event, but we can change it to any of these other ones here, and all the modules are all the same way. So if you have things set up to be on the schedule, if you create surveys, all that's going to be change this. So basically, you can really keep this app set up the way it is, and then use it for any different event that you want, just by coming in here and then it's going to be available for you guys from year to year if you want, or even from event to event too. All right. So that's the app info part, and then the actual app builder here. This is going to be for any app you have as well, and this works kind of like the content manager for your website. You can drag and drop things to reorder them, and then you can add new options up here at the top. So if you add a new page, basically the static pages that we talked about. So if you want to add a static page for your sponsors, or add a static page for event information. Stuff that's not going to change, basically, that you can add in things you just want people to see. A link is going to be a link to something outside the app. So if you want to link people to some kind of national site or some of your sponsor sites or anything like that, that's what the links will do. And then the features, these are the features that we've created. So for example, you can see them right down here. So we've got like a member profile feature, and then all the ones I added, we've got the attendee list, the schedule features, the survey features. So any of those that we create, that's how you'll add those. And basically you'll just click that and then pick the feature you want. And then you can also organize things by category, and then you can just add a blank spacer in here as well into the menu. Any questions about how any of these things work?
Any questions on it? We just have to try it first. We don't know.
You just have to what? I'm sorry.
We just have to try it first.
Yes, and that's what I was telling Terry too. As you guys are going through here, if you encounter questions about anything, or you're wondering what's the best way to set up your event fields or anything like that, please let us know. I'm more than happy to help you guys set up your event so that everything works correctly on the other end.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's all the admin stuff that I wanted to show, basically with these two, and then the event red stuff and adding the fields and everything. That's how you're going to manage everything for the conference app. Now, did you guys have specific questions about how anything works?
I have some questions, but I don't know if they directly relate to this, so I want to make sure that you've gotten everything and Terry's gotten everything. My questions are going to relate primarily to some things I saw when I went into the conference app. So, Terry, you have to let me know whether now is a good time to interject the three or not.
Yeah, I would just, if you got any questions at all, let's look at them now and see how we can get those answered. All we need to do, I think, is just change over to what the mobile app is looking at to our new event, and then start building it from there.
Yeah, and that I'll go ahead and do now. And as you realize, there's a lot of TBAs, but let's get them in there so we can see them and see what it looks like. So I went into conference app on my mobile. From menu, went to event, and I noticed that the time was stated as Eastern Standard Time. I could not figure out if there was any way that I could adjust that.
Where was that in the after?
I went into conference. Let me try to recreate it.
Okay.
My laptop.
Oh, it has to be on my mobile. Sorry, it's taking a second to load.
Oh, no worries.
Okay, not in the conference app, but in our regular mobile app. I went into events and clicked on the NPECA 80th annual conference. And then of course I can't recreate it.
It always happens like that, doesn't it?
I know. I even thought I made.
Is it just displaying the times and Eastern time?
Yeah, I think it just changed the time. I don't think it has a time zone attached to it. But I will look into that. So let me just, because I don't have anything pulled up for it right now. I have to download your app. Which this would be for, let me just make a note here. NPECA app. And it's under the event section.
That's what I made a note of. So.
Okay. And
see, you don't even have when you're in an annual conference, you don't even have an event section. So that's why I thought it must have been in the other one.
We'll need to have it for the app event conference app, because sometimes we're in Western time or Central or?
Right. It seems right. Anytime there's a reference to time zone, it ought to be wherever we are. So it would be Central Time for Memphis. When we get to Seattle, we'd have to change it again next year. I'll see if I can recreate it.
Okay. For right now, I know this for a fact. For the fields, we don't have any time zone specified, so you just add the time, and it just adds it. But for me to add like when you're adding a field, you could, say 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then pick the time zone from a drop down after that. Do you and then I could have that show up on the schedule. Do you think that would work for you?
Yeah, I think it should match wherever we are. So since it's going to be Memphis, it should always read Central.
Okay, so let me add this. We're going to add a time zone, drop down.
But after we hang up, I'll try to recreate it and I'll zap you an email. You want it done in a ticket
that'd be perfect. Yep. Yeah, if you can respond to the ticket, that'd be perfect.
Okay.
Or you can create a new one. Either one is fine with me.
Okay.
But I'll make a note to add this. So I'll add the time zone drop downs to the field and event time. So that should help clear up any ambiguity that people might have about times when they're on there.
Okay. All right. And then again, this is not the conference app. This is our app. In the menu item for photos, you've loaded, and thank you for doing that, the information for the several past events. 79th annual is almost at the very bottom. There's a broadcast email folder, but maybe that's only I can see that in admin. But to me, it would make sense, because of the way this is going to show up on their phone, is that the current one be at the top, and then the most recent history one be at the next, so it's reverse order. So 80th will be at the top, 79th, 78th. To me, I just would be afraid they'd not see what they needed to see. And then that brought me to the question of how I can upload photos while we're in Memphis.
Gotcha. That I can show you right now. Let me just finish my note here. So we're going to start by newest to oldest on the photo albums. I haven't taken a look at that photo module, but I'm sure that sounds like a super easy change to make. I don't think that'll be any issue at all.
Yeah, for both.
Let me go back. I'm sorry?
Obviously, I've got 30 days to do this, or 28, but we want to make sure that we are taking advantage of this by uploading photos every single day, so that they're able to go into. The more we do that, the more they'll use the app, I think. Yep.
So what you're looking for here, if you can see my screen, I've added a new feature here, and the one you're going to want here is, let's see, I can never remember what it's called here.
We'd want it for both apps.
I think it's the photo tour. I'll have to double check on this for you, but really what that one does is it lets individual people, they can go in and they can take a picture with their phone and immediately upload it into the app for you. And then you guys as admins, you can either use that one or you can add them as photo galleries into the back end of the MMS, and either one of them will show up as long as you do it that way. And I'll double check on the name. I think it's this photo tour, but I'm not sure exactly if that's the name of it or not. But I know that we have a feature that does that. So like if I'm at the conference, I could take a picture with my phone and upload it just using a feature within the app as long as we add this on here.
So do we need to add the event in the gallery so that they'll upload into it?
I believe, I didn't set this one up, so I'm not 100% sure exactly how it works, but I think what it does is per app, it creates its own folder for it. And so basically, yeah, it would create a conference app folder and put all these ones together that people uploaded.
Oh,
and then for you guys on the back end here, let me show you this. You can go to the main menu here and then go to, I can never find this. Oh, it must be in the content manager menu. Okay. Okay, so on content manager menu, and then photo album, the third one down here. you guys can create a folder here, and then you can add photos to that every day. And as soon as you add a photo to it, it will immediately update within the app. So people can keep going to that photo gallery that you guys have set up. And once we reverse order them, they'll see those ones at the very top. And then any photos that you guys have added into there, they'll be able to see immediately.
Okay.
So like if you're going through day by day and adding a few photos, you guys would add them back here, and then people would be able to see them in the gallery.
Okay, and then you'll figure out how we can reverse order them, because the new one, of course, is the 80th annual. So, okay.
Yeah, that'll be no issue at all. I'm sure it's a quick thing. So, but yes, I've got a note to do that, so I will take care of that when we get off the phone. And I'll also, actually, let me make a note of this. I'm going to figure out what that photo tour is. Because like I said, I'm 100% positive we have a feature that lets people take pictures within the app and upload them to it. I just need to remember which one it is exactly, and then I'll add it for you.
Okay. And then tell me when you're ready. I have one more.
All right.
Okay. Again, I'm in our app, not the conference app. And from menu, I went into classified, and I noticed that it's tying in, which is great. It's tying in currently. The only two are actually part of the job category, but since we're not using anything else, that makes it a simple question. If we ever had a member wanting us to add a logo to their classified, is there a way we can do that? And would we just do it inside the regular? This is obviously tying from our website into the mobile app. Would it allow us to do that?
So it would be, I pull up the menu here. It would be this bottom classified ones here, the classified as a viewer here. Third one from the bottom there.
Classified photos.
Yeah, that's not where I am. I'm looking on my.
It's on her phone.
I'm on my cell phone, but.
Right. I don't know the answer to that one off the top of my head, so I'll look that one up for you. But if it's not already a way to do that, I'm sure there's something we can do to add it in there. But let me make a note to look into that for you, and I will get back to you on that one. So.
And we're just trying to think of as many ways to drive people to want to look at that app. So.
Right. Right.
Logos are going to be the best way, probably. Photos and images of some type are going to be the best way to drive them to the app.
Okay. I'll say I'm pretty sure we can like that. I'm pretty sure it already does that. But I didn't design that one, so I'm not 100% sure. So I will look into that and figure out one, if it does or it doesn't, and if it does not, I'll see what it would take to add it. But I don't think it would be that difficult. We already have a thing in the classifieds to accept that kind of stuff. So I would assume that we can just upload the logo into that, and it will fall into place. But like I said, I'll let you know what I find out about that one.
Great, thank you.
No problem.
And Terry, that's all the questions I had at this point. I don't know about Mike.
I'm in a fog, but it'll clear up.
I'm sitting here patting his shoulder. It's going to be okay.
So do you guys want to link it over to the new event and start on it, or do you want me to get that going, or what?
I do think we ought to link it right away. And Terry,
I can do that for you right now, actually.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
Might as well just do that. Okay, so it is the one on 5/4, the 77th annual meeting?
The
80th?
Or no, sorry, I'm not even seeing this one right here.
Right.
On 4/22, okay. Changes. All right. So what you'll want to do now is you'll want to test register each of yourselves. So you can test the app. You'll want to register yourselves for this event. And then it will fall into place so you can see all the things that you do as you add things and change things.
Okay.
And like I said, if you have any questions as you're going along, if you run into any confusion or you want to change anything, please just let me know. I'm more than happy to help out and get this all set up for you.
Should I register Mike and Francie, or is that going to screw up the...
If you register using the mobile app, is that your question?
No, we don't currently have that availability. But you can register on the website.
Right. We have a way of registering ourselves as staff, Terry, so that won't mess it up.
You want me to register as well, or no?
Have you registered already?
Yeah, I'm already registered. That's what I'm saying, I guess.
Okay. Then yeah, as long as you're already registered and it's tied to your member account, you should be fine. The one really key thing to remember for people is they have to be tied. Their membership has to be tied to their event registration. Has Chris ever showed you how to use the event match merge that we have?
There was I remember seeing something about match to profile, is it, or something? I can't remember where it was at though. If you got a quick second.
Let me just show you that real quick. I'm not sure when it will be finished, but I'm actually in the middle of making one of these per events, so it should be easier to match people like per event that you're on. But for right now, let's see if I can set up for you. Yeah. So under event management here on the main menu, we've got match event reg mem. That's the one you're going to look at here, because they'll have to be registered as members in order to be able to sign into the app and do all the different things. So the match tool, here's the one you're going to want to use here at the very top. And this is going to show you, you can search just by event name, so that's maybe what you want to do here. And then it will show you if people if they're matched or not, or you can connect them, or you can pick a match from a list. So this will let you, it'll take a little bit of management on the admin side to match all these people and make sure everyone's matched. But once they're matched, then they'll be able to log into the app and do anything they want. And then, like I said, I'm working on a per event one that should make this a little bit easier per event. So I'll let you know when that one's available, and I'll show you guys how to use that once it's out there.
Are you saying we need to go in and take the registration list and match the members as they register, or the system doesn't do that?
The system does do that as long as they either, I'm not sure if you're using email lookup or the forced login screen, but as long as they use those and they match their member account, then that will match them automatically. But if somebody goes in and they say, I'm a guest, and they fill out all the rest of the stuff, but they're really a member, it's not going to know that they're a member until you match them. Or if, I'm a member, but then I register 5 people below me, it's not going to know who they are either. So those people will have to be matched as well.
Okay.
So the only ones we'd have to worry about are the handful of non-members that come in at the higher rate, which are very evident that we need to go in and match them,
right,
so that they can get the app. Okay.
Now, we've run into some weird situations. We won't go into this in detail with you, but we've run into some situations where one of our members registered and it somehow didn't tie them into their membership. And so we've now got 2 memberships for them.
Yeah.
One of the names is Bessenbacher. B like in boy, E-S-S. Can you scroll down and see if that shows up?
Bessenbacher.
Let me hold on this one here. What most likely happened in that situation is that so I see this one here. So, I see exactly the problem here. She signed up with a different email. So,
two different accounts, right?
I'm sorry?
We got to merge her.
Yeah, so we can merge these ones together. And you'll also, people run into this all the time. They'll register with a different email than the ones tied in their member account, and it will go, we need to create a new member account for them and do that kind of stuff. So yeah, there is going to be a little bit of admin maintenance on here just to make sure everyone's tied and not doing this and creating 2 different accounts. But
okay, all righty.
So on the match to event, what were we looking for in the profile that shows that they were not matched?
So right here you can see there's 2 identical accounts, but she's got 2 different emails. So what that tells me is that one of these accounts existed before, and then when she signed up again for an event, she used a different email. And since that didn't match to any member accounts, it didn't think she was a member, and it created a brand new account.
On your on the previous screen where you were showing us match to event, what shows us that they're matched or unmatched?
I believe that these are all ones that are currently unmatched. I didn't write this one, so I'm not 100% sure. But I will look into that one for you.
So maybe if it says pick match from list, that means that's our clue that, hey, we got to match them, maybe, or whatever it is.
No, I think that anyone listed on here is not matched currently. And so what it's telling you right here is that here's your contact, here's the attendee, and then here's the most likely match that you've got. So you can just say connect, and it will connect that to their member account. So like all these ones, it looks like it will find the most likely match for you. But then some of them, like this one here, it couldn't find any match. So you can either mark this match unmatchable, you can create as a prospect and connect, or you could pick somebody from the list here.
Oh, okay, I
let's
got you.
Go to Beth. Scroll down to Bessenbacher. You're just very close. Burner, Christian Burner.
Probably one more page.
Scroll.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So right
okay.
there, and you can see here you've got 2 different accounts that
Yeah.
she's created. So
when we
So what
tie
you'd want to do is
those
you'd want to
together,
merge. Yeah, you'd want to merge these together into one, and then connect her account to one, to the combined
Got
one
it.
you get there.
Okay. Okay.
So we
I
need to
don't see
merge.
a whole lot there, but yeah, there's some. Oh no, never mind. I was going to say this is one here, but see this one. So this one takes 2 matches because they both had the same last name. But you can see here that this one is clearly Lisa, so you can connect it that way.
Okay. Yep, you're right. That's
And
gonna
you know,
take
like
some
I said,
time.
I'm going to make the. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So
All I was going to say is that I'm going to make this per event one that'll make it a little bit easier. So it's going to give you, the way I'm currently making it is it's going to list all the attendees. The next column is going to say, matched or unmatched, and then it's going to have a similar thing to this where you can either pick somebody, it'll find the most likely match, et cetera. So I'm also going to do a bulk thing. So if you just want to say, link all the ones that are good matches here, and it'll bulk do them like that for you. So currently in the middle of that one. I'm hoping that one's going to be done in the next couple of weeks here.
Okay.
So maybe if we wait until the week before the conference or something, we can see if it's done or match them up.
Yeah,
It's done,
and
and
I'll say,
that's
do you know roughly how many people you'll have at the conference? I mean, are we talking about a couple hundred or a couple thousand here?
Yeah, a couple hundred.
We
Okay.
wish it was a couple
So, a
thousand.
couple hundred, I would set aside an hour or two, but a couple hundred shouldn't take too long to go ahead and match here once everyone's registered and everything like that. And you'll also see here from the, if you've got people who are not in your member database, so like this person right here, the option that you're going to want is create as prospect and connect, and then you'll just have to give them a username and password. And on the new one, I'm going to set it up to do that automatically.
Yeah, she's our photographer. So
Okay.
Yeah, we'll want her.
we'll probably move her over to staff.
Yeah, we'll probably move her to staff, and she's our photographer, and if however she loads, we'd want her loading some of those.
Oh yeah, we want her.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. We want every single day. We want.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all you'd want to do is make sure you mark create as prospect connect, and then once you have that prospect account, you can upgrade it to a different account. You can give it a user and password, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, we have her in list only right now.
Okay.
She's in list only for communication purposes. That's all we've done with her. She can be. I don't know that she would need or want admin authority. No, nothing like that. But we want her to be able, as a photographer to select shots. She builds a portfolio anyway that we send out as a link so members can have access to all the photos and pick and choose what they want. At maybe not so much during conference. This would put us active on during conference so that people could see photos every day on their phone right away.
Right.
We want her to have access to that so that she could post photos and so that would be fine. This changing subjects, this match process. I've understood 2 things in this conversation. One is that they're already matched by virtue of this display that's up right now, and then I heard that we've got to go in and match them. Which clarify that for me, if you would, please.
I believe that what we're looking at here, this only people who are not matched to member. So it's not already matched correctly. And I will double check that. I need to look at the code before I can tell you definitively that that's what it is, but that's what it looks like to me. So so we've got 214 on here. These will all be unmatched members. But as you can see here, this is clearly the same person on all of these, and it found the most likely match. All you have to do is hit connect there, and then it will connect that person and drop them off the list, and then to the next one.
Oh.
Okay.
So once we hit connect, it drops them off the list, and they are then connected to be able to use the app.
Correct. Yep. Then they can use their member login, their username and password, get into the app, and then it will work with as long as they're registered for that whatever event you have the app tied to. Then yes, it will pull in everything for them like that.
And then what is it that you said you've got to go back and in a couple of weeks write something that makes a per event member match possible? Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, so what this does, I'm basically going to do, I'm basically going to rebuild this thing, but on so right now this is looking at event attendees from all of your events. It doesn't narrow it down, and you can narrow it down by you can search for an event name here. But I'm working on making a more detailed one that has a little bit more options per event. So the idea is for this one that I'm building, you'd go in there and you'd open the report and you would see all of the attendees, and it would tell you match, yes or no. So you can very quickly see, yes, this person matched, no, they're not. And I'm going to make some bulk tools and some other stuff, but I'm still in the middle of writing it, so not quite done yet.
Just looking
it's one
at
of those things that I'm writing as I have free time, which is not very often. So, so maybe a couple weeks on that one.
We know that feeling.
So looking at this screen, right below where it says count 214 name search, so we could speed up the process if we're hunting for someone like Vessenberger to be able to look up quickly. All right.
Yep.
And then
79th, the one year, how we get the 80th on there.
Well, because the 80th wasn't on that original one. That's why it was only picking up 79th. So those are the 214 that were registered last year.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and these would be for any event here. So they mostly for the 79th one. Let me just see if anyone is not.
I didn't see it. Well, there's.
Yeah, I don't see anyone else not in there. But I know that this does work for all events in here. So, so yeah, any other events that we make like that would come up there.
Yeah, the 79th was the first event that we ever used your system for registration
purposes.
Right,
correct. That's right.
So it's not going to go past that.
Right.
That's good. Okay.
And you said you think a couple of weeks you would have that program written?
Most likely, but I can't, like I said, it's something I'm working on in my free time. No clients is bankrolling it, so it's only when I have time to build it. So I think I should have it done in a few weeks, but I could get a huge project tomorrow that would put it on the back burner. So it won't do anything. I'll say this: you can do everything with that other one, with one I'm making, that you can do with this one right now. The new one is just going to be a little bit easier as I get it done. But you can still manage all your attendees and matches and stuff just by using this one. So for, once you get to the 80th one, if you don't want to worry about all the people from the last one, you could type in the name of the event here, and it would fill all these people out. You'd only be looking at people you need to match for your current one.
That's cool.
Terry, just so you know, time-wise, we will leave with the office packed up, and on Tuesday, I believe that's going to be the 17th. And so we will be out of pocket, and that week we'll be setting up. So anything that kind of happens in that last 2 weeks is going to be that requires, we may have to end up doing whatever matching or cleanup or tweaking when you guys get in to Memphis, or as you have time before you come to Memphis, because I think we're probably going to be focused on getting the office and everything set up for the conference, and tote bags and stuff like that.
I think I'm coming in Friday. If I could only get the room for Friday through the conference.
Okay.
I think so.
And no, that's fine. I mean, a lot of this stuff, what I'm saying is that you don't have to be on site to do this. We have to be on site. So I don't know that we'll be able to sit down and focus and concentrate on doing some of these things at the last minute. We'll do everything we can starting now, as soon as we're turned on, if we're not already turned on the mobile app. But we basically we'll be fitting this in now to other last-minute fine-tuned details that we have to have in place, and then we're on the move.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll be scoping it out and making sure we got everything.
Okay. And Matt, if he gets it, I mean, then I think he probably does pretty quickly, so he might be able to lend a hand if he can too. I don't know, but
sure he will. And if you could send us a link to the recording when you get it posted, then I can send that to Matt there, Bill.
Definitely. As soon as we get off the phone call, I'll start converting it and putting it up on YouTube for you.
I
Okay.
think that's all I got. And how about you guys? You done? You got it answered?
I've got just about everything I could think of ahead
Yeah,
of
I
time.
know. I think we've got marching orders. I think this looks absolutely great, and we're very excited to see how it appears on our phones and what our members say about it. And I hope we can get the most value in this first year use out of it, but I suspect it's going to be a learn as we go process on this year, right?
Yeah, Bill, what are you doing on the 23rd and 24th of April? Would you like to stay at the Peabody Hotel?
Have you been over to?
We'll talk about that, right, and get a free trip out of it.
Yeah.
What day is that, though? Is that on a weekday or?
It's
I will say this. We're available on all the week, like on any weekday. If you call us and stuff like that, we're available. And I know for a fact that some other organizations, Chris has had somebody on call. So like if it's on a Saturday or a Sunday, he's either himself or he's had somebody else on call. So if you guys have any immediate urgent questions, then you'll be able to get a hold of somebody. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know and I can talk to him about that.
Yeah, we have about 40% to 45% arrive on Saturday, another 45% arrive on Sunday, and then another 10% arrive on Monday.
Okay.
Sunday are 3 days for registration.
Yeah. It's so yeah. If you want to come in, Thursday and Friday, 20th and 21st, come on in. We can put you to work, and we won't even make you do the physical labor. We do the physical labor. You just do the
You just snacks and cocktail.
Yeah.
Right.
But
well, like I said, I'll ask Chris about that and see if that's something we can do if you guys are interested in that. Just have somebody on call for you.
Yeah, ask him, and I mean, we're just playing with the idea, but heck yeah, if we can have you, great. You know, if and somebody on call for the weekend, then of course we've got Terry and Matt there, and they're going to have a level of understanding that don't rely solely on us. So
right.
So that might work. But yeah, as we get closer, we would sincerely, if you want to come down Thursday and Friday or part of those days, that'd be great. If
and you said that was going to be from the 22nd to the 24th?
Well, 22nd to the 24th is a weekend, and you say you don't do that on weekends? You just have somebody on call?
Oh, yeah, no, that's what I meant. Like, so if you needed somebody on call, that would be the weekend for it?
Yeah, that would be the weekend, 22nd and 23rd.
Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry. I have more calls coming in, so it forced its way over your question.
Oh, no worries. All right. Here.
I don't know if you guys have a fee for that, but we're budget conscious. So
Yeah,
I know there's definitely a fee for that, but I'm not sure exactly what Chris charges for that. So I'll ask him, and he can get in touch with you about that one.
Great.
I'm not sure if that shouldn't come out of our pocket, Terry. It may not be a budget consideration for NPECA.
Yeah, peace of mind.
For our survival, not the association.
There you go.
Bill, in most cases for a conference our size, they have about 4 real full-time staff people with a couple of extra volunteers, and there's only 2 of us.
Yeah.
So we find ourselves running pretty hard, and our volunteers are incredible, but they can only do so much.
Right.
Well, we won't keep you any longer. Excellent job on the app. We're excited, like Mike said, to use it, and we appreciate all you guys.
Well, thanks. I'm thrilled that you guys are excited about it.
Good. Okay.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
Yep, no problem. Well, I'll get this up on YouTube, and I'll also look up the answers to all those questions you had and get back to you guys in the ticket about that.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Terry. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Thanks, Terry. Bye.